Yeah, Manila is 1,000 times better
Then,
than my hometown, Jakarta.
finally, some truth from an Indonesian. Cool.
That's Don Agusta from Indonesia. And no, we are not creating rifts between countries here. I will talk about his Insta visit to Manila, where I get to play host once again, or something like that. You're tuned in to Catch Up Sessions Weekend Project with Mark Laguna.
Catch Up Sessions.
So I get a call a little after lunch on a Sunday, letting me know that Don is in town, my Indonesian friend, somewhere in Makati, and that he is down to have lunch. As if I can just drop everything I had planned for the day. But then, that's exactly what happened. So, after tossing around options about where to meet, I ended up recommending Podium. Which, if you caught weekend number 2, was a joke I mentioned about just bringing a not-so-distant foreign visitor, aka Indonesians, to malls. And Podium was first on the list. Look at me, manifesting that into reality. He was with 2 other Filipino friends who are based out of Mindanao, so practically tourists in Manila too. I gave them a no-fail Manam experience. How can you go wrong with gising-gising sisig while I was happily gulping my mango pomelo drink? They loved it. It was followed by panko. This one not so much, because they said the ubi cake was too sweet. You see, Don is one of my hyper extrovert friends. I met him back in China, where he stayed over a few days while he was on his Canton Fair escapade. Since then, I met up with him in Jakarta when I was there on business, where he happily introduced us to people he also met just on that same day. Yeah, he's one of those souls who engages with a new person quite easily. He also makes you feel at ease. And he finds a way to bring people together. Now this part, I'm not so sure that the folks also feel comfortable in an instant. But then he does not shy away from the awkwardness of being responsible for having people, complete strangers, meet together from essentially different circles. It's always a wonder how one can make these connections from all over the world and from all walks of life. I already consider myself an extrovert, but I can't seem to keep up with multitudes of interactions. To be honest, I couldn't even initiate small talk in such a supposedly safe space like tour groups. I would respond if someone engages, but I just won't break the ice, so to speak. For sure, there needs to be, I think, a certain level of curiosity, which is great to have, but I think I have less of. Or perhaps just not in this current moment. Not that it's something that you should beat yourself over. I'm just parking that as a thought for when our souls are ready to open up for more without any expectations of receiving anything. I can only imagine that there's something to gain there. And if there was a recipe to making these Insta connections, I imagine them to have 1, a spoonful of genuine curiosity of the mind, 2, an overflowing cup of generosity from the heart, and 3, a heaping scoop, or no, a deep vessel in your soul when one is ready to listen, receive, even words that are not kind, or the lack of words. That's when you strike a conversation but receive silence or indifference. That is a response which resounds a whole lot more. Now, the question is, why should one even bother? You can just go your merry way, let others be. But then again, it points back to your role while you're here. In this world, that brief moment like a mist, where you get to spend or invest in impacting the lives of many. For me, it brings back that goal to be a light of kindness to this dying world. I think that's reason enough to extend myself beyond my comfort zone, dive deeper into where my gifts of relating with people, drawing connections, and just sharing what I know, the little that I know. And perhaps I can also gain more, whether in understanding and fulfillment. So that can be done with just a smile, an acknowledgement of someone's presence, that you see them, you hear them, a compliment, which is not difficult to do, or is it? And even a full-on conversation. So go right ahead and go on Insta-meets, and no, I don't mean Instagram. And that's another weekend project here on Catch-Up Sessions. Next week, I get to talk about my Earth Day fun experience. So something to watch out for. Taiwan and US trips also coming your way. So just keep it locked here and do enjoy the rest of the sessions. Instagram is at Catch-Up Sessions. And with that, I bid you adieu. Catch you later.